Hello guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. So today I'm gonna teach you how to draw Pikachu in very simple steps. When we start any drawing, first we want to do like the guidelines or the shape of what we're gonna draw. So here, as you can see, I start with a circle shape, a line going down from the circle shape, which is gonna be the body, and a little square at the end of this zigzag. This is where Pikachu tail is gonna be. From the top of the circle, we are drawing a line going down for one of the ears, and another one going upward. Now when you want to do the face of Pikachu, it's basically round. The shape is round, but notice how on the left side it's kind of a little bit bumpy. This is where it's gonna be the cheek, because this drawing Pikachu is not gonna be like looking at us, like facing us. It's gonna be a little bit tilted, the head. So keep in mind, when we do the guideline, you need to don't press too hard on the pencil. That's why you see me holding the pencil all the way in the middle. Now we're gonna do the ears. The ears shape are kinda leafy, if you want. Looks like a leaf. You might not get it from the first time, but once you get it, you will know. Just keep practicing. And the eyes. Pikachu eyes are kind of round, if you think about it. But I'm doing it here like in kind of like anime style, if you want. Little dot for the nose and the mouth. Then we do the other side of the cheek. As you can see here, where we did like a little circle, and we are doing the eyes, as you can see. Don't forget, guys, please to subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and maybe try to draw with me at the same time. I'm still new to this, to be honest, but as you can see here in this video, you can see that the camera is more like fixed and stable, and I'm feeling more like comfortable drawing like this, instead of holding the phone with one hand and drawing with another, or putting the tripod. And as I mentioned in the first lesson, because I'm lefty, my hand kept like touching the tripod, which make it like kind of hard to do the tutorial. Now for the body of Pikachu, like the bottom half, we're going to do the arms. I know this tutorial is gonna seem like kind of weird because I'm not editing anything, I'm just like recording, so I might have made a mistake, but it's okay. Hopefully we'll get better with time. So in order to do the arms, if you notice, they're skinnier as you become at the bottom, and on the top is a little bit like bigger, and at the very bottom of the arms there's this little tiny kind of fingers, if you want, shape. The bottom half of Pikachu is kind of round. It has like a bell shape almost. So as you can see, it's not going straight, like it has like this round shape, kind of like a bell shape. So you can see here I'm doing the curve, and we're gonna do the first foot of Pikachu. It has 3 toes. One of them is going up, the other one's gonna be going to the side. We go to the left side of the body to finish the bottom half. And we do this little curve, which is gonna be the other part of Pikachu body from the left side, where we're gonna do the other leg. It's gonna be, foot, my bad. It's gonna be going kinda upward, like to the outside. And all is left for us now is to do the ears. At the end of the ears, there is this little edge. You probably know what I'm talking about if you've seen Pikachu picture before. It's gonna be darker at the very top, bottom of the ears. Then we're gonna do a couple lines on the body, like a couple little stripes if you want. Then we do the tail, which is the famous zigzag shape of the tail of Pikachu. And at the end, it's where we did the square, is gonna be like the biggest part of the tail. I kinda like Pikachu tail for some reason, I don't know why, it's different. Maybe it reminds me of the Boltning light symbol, Elvis Presley. TCB, taking care of business. So yeah, I guess we are taking care of business here with Pikachu. And then when you're done with the tail, at the very bottom, the beginning of the tail, from the bottom, we're gonna do like couple like zigzag line. This what's gonna be like the darker part of the tail. Because Pikachu, in order to color it, is pretty easy. It's mostly like yellow, has some like black or dark brown parts in the drawing, which you're gonna see like later on. So that's the first step, it's done. Guideline. Now using either a pen, a marker, whatever you like to. I like personally to use, as I've mentioned before many times, a fountain pen. Because, I don't know, it looks nice, it dries fast, and here as you can see, just taking my time, going over the line. I'm not really sticking with the lines that I did the same guideline, because in this step here, you can correct some of the lines that you did. So basically, I'm going with the pencil guideline, but when I feel like there is something I can change a little bit, I would change it, you know, depending on my point of view, what I'm seeing. But remember, when you draw, you're just having fun, you know, you don't have to like stress about it or like, oh my god, I messed up my picture. Because many times, sometimes I've been doing like even a painting and it just get me to a point like I feel like I'm done, you know, I'm gonna throw everything, I'm gonna tear everything. You just get to a point sometimes you just like get like, so just need like sometimes take maybe a little break, you know, do something you like, then come back to your drawing. It doesn't have to be like, you don't want to rush it. So as you can see, we are basically tracing the pencil guidelines, but here and there I'm changing sometimes the lines whenever I feel like it needs to be changed. As you're gonna see later on when I'm doing the face, I saw that the eyes are they're not the way I wanted them to be, so I kind of changed them when I was going over with the fountain pen. One little mistake I did though, as I was tracing this part here of the face, I kind of stopped. You should not do this, you know, I stopped, then I did again, so that's why you see like a little edge. And when I tried to do the other ear, I didn't like the way it came, honestly, so what I had to do is make the line kind of thicker from the left side, just to make it, try to hide this little edge, the little mistake that I did. As you can see it here, look like a little like sharp corner. And now thinking about it, maybe I should have like try to hide it like this by doing like the line thicker. But remember, we're just having fun, you know, no pressure. It's a fun drawing to do, and I'm trying to go as slow as I can, so you can guys like participate with me with this drawing. So here, as you can see, the eyes, right? I kind of changed them a little bit. I'm not sticking with the same guideline that I did with the pencil, and that's why I told you before, when you trace with the pen, the marker, whatever, like what your drawing is gonna be after like the guideline, you can change some points here, you know. This eye from this side is gonna be a little bigger because the way Pikachu looking at us like kind of tilted, so it's gonna be a little bigger. We're gonna put two little circles inside of it. Later on we're gonna color everything but the circle in black. That's kind of like the anime eyes, you know, style. We do the other cheek, and we don't want to forget, of course, the tail. Then we're gonna do the edge of the ears. And here I'm looking at the drawing, you know, I'm seeing this little like corner on the top, and it just bothers me for some reason. Like, I gotta do something about it, you know. So I start making the line thicker, you know, hoping it's gonna hide this little corner at the bottom of the ear. Yeah, so I think it kind of covered it a little bit, not much, but just a little bit, you know. I just wanted to mention why I did this, because people probably was like wondering, it's gonna be wondering why he's making like the line thicker just from the left side. Then I had to do it all the way down from the left side, so it won't look just like on the top, you know. So this way it will look like kind of popping from one side. The tail, nothing much to change with the guideline, you know. Basically we go on the same line, do this little zigzag at the bottom, and the thick part of the tail, you know, at the end. Now the next step supposed to be, you have to erase the guideline. And remember, I said I'm using fountain pen because it dries really fast, and it did really dry. But one thing I did, I start coloring for some reason, which you don't want to do. Good thing I realized at the right time, because if I start coloring and I was using like big Sharpie, if I start coloring without erasing the pencil guideline, and then I'm gonna erase the pencil guideline, definitely my drawing is gonna be all smudged and ruined. So you see me here, you know, starting coloring, and at some point I'll be like, hold on a second, I forgot something. Oh yeah, I shouldn't be coloring, I need to erase. When you erase your guideline, usually these steps I do it like coloring and erasing. Usually I do it like, I put some speed in the video, so you don't have to like, it's gonna take forever for you to see. But this time I'm showing you what I'm doing, because I want you to know, when you try to get rid of the residue from the eraser, don't try your hand. I know I did it in my first video, I was like with my hand, but you don't want to do it with your hand. That's why I use a little brush. You can use any kind of brush, you know, and get rid of the residue. This way you don't smudge your drawing, and it won't ruin it, because you know your hand has some type of oil, so definitely it's gonna mess up your picture. And now as you can see it's all clean, nothing but the hard line that we can see here, like the dark line from the fountain pen. So we start coloring. These Sharpie actually are not bad. By Bic, I like them, you know, for the price, whatever I paid, I forgot. Maybe less than 20 bucks, you know. I mean, it cannot be compared to like one of the like highest brand, the top brand, like for example Copic marker, you know, like these, like the Copic markers. I've never tried it, but I've seen people doing it and I've heard they're really good. And when you start blending color, it just makes it look so smooth and nice. But for the price, I think they're pretty good, these. So basically we are coloring the whole drawing with yellow. We're gonna leave the bottom part of the tail, we don't color it because this one's gonna be darker. We're gonna leave the top of the ears as well, we're not gonna color this. And the couple little circles on the side of the cheek, we're not coloring this yellow as well. So everything but the cheek, the top of the ears, and the bottom of the tail, and we don't want to forget this little two stripes, we don't color these. The rest is all in yellow. And now basically we're just gonna be watching me coloring. I should have put some, there's already music, you know, but instead of me just like not talking, maybe I should have like, I don't know, maybe tell you a story or something. Like we were supposed to get a big storm, a northeastern, but thank God it didn't come for some reason, I guess. So we're good. If you guys want to follow me on any of my social, you can, I have some information in my bio here on my channel. You can follow me on Instagram. My art page is nothing but art. That's NOTINBUTART. And my personal page on Instagram is 4DI38. So as you can see, we are coloring the whole picture. Just remember to leave the top of the ears without coloring. Do not color the inside of the eyes, the cheeks, or the bottom of the tail. If you want to keep that drawing like this, just yellow like this, it doesn't give it like a depth, you know, it's kind of boring. And if I want to add couple colors, another colors for shading, and use the same marker, the same like Sharpie, I know it's not gonna blend good. I know it's gonna be all messy, and you're just gonna see like lines or like getting across. So I think I find that the better way to do it is by using color pencil. When you blend color pencil with marker, it gives it like really a pretty cool like effect. So here I'm doing the part that I didn't do. I left till the end that I told you don't do it, you gotta keep it because it's gonna be dark. Some people do it dark brown, the eyes, you know. I'm just doing black. He's kind of sad here for some reason, not very happy, you know. He's just like meh, you know. Doing the bottom of the top of the ears black as well. But again, you can do the color that you want. I don't know, you can come up with your own color. You can make the eyes green, you can make like whatever you want. You can make the whole Pikachu pink if you want, you know. You're just having fun. The main idea is how to draw it, you know. Starting with the guidelines, you know, the shape, the circle, the square, and we're doing the bottom of the tail, this little like couple of stripes, and with the red I'm gonna color the cheek. As I mentioned before, yellow by itself like this is kind of boring, so we want to spice it up a little bit. We want to add some depth to this drawing. So I used a color pencil, and I didn't use black, I used light brown, and very, very gentle. I start like adding some shadow on the part of the tail. And as you can see already, it looks better. It looks like there is some kind of light shining on the tail, and there's another dark area of the tail. It just gives it like depth, you know. Do the same thing for the bottom of the body, but you don't want to do the whole thing, you know. You just want to keep some area like without shading, and it depends where you think the light is coming from, you know. To the bottom of the foot, the whole body in general, and I'm very, very gentle, doing like kind of like round strokes, you know. You don't want to press real hard on the pencil, because we are not basically here like coloring, you know. We just like adding like a very shadow, if you want. It just makes it like looks better, in my opinion, you know. So if you look at this part, the left side of it's kind of boring, just yellow, and on the right side it looks more like there's depth to the drawing. We continue doing this, and I just realized honestly here that some part of this video, maybe next time when I do the next tutorial, some part of the video maybe I should have like skip it and do it like really time-lapse, so I don't have to just sit like this and try to talk. I don't know what to say about it, but basically we are adding the shadow to the whole drawing. Now we're doing the arms, and if you guys have like any advice, any suggestions, please write it down in the comment. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what you like that I'm doing, you know, because I like to make things better, you know. And if we don't do mistakes, we're not gonna learn, basically, you know. So it's okay to make little mistakes. We do the same with the face, the top of the head, you know, the bottom of the face next to the cheeks, and basically all the left from this drawing is just to give it a little bit a drop shadow under the Pikachu, so it looks like it's sitting on something, you know, not just floating in the air. Definitely you can do like a background to the picture, look even better, you know, whatever you want to choose. I didn't do any background here to the picture. I just did a little like drop shadow, just so it doesn't look like floating in the space, you know, in the air like. And here with the yellow, I'm just like checking the points that I didn't cover, and I redo it. Just a little touch up, you know, on the drawing. So as you can see from before, if you remember how the picture looked before, just yellow, boring, like kind of flat. Now it has more depth. Maybe it was a wrong idea to use the same color, the brown, as a drop shadow. So here I realize that doesn't look like very nice as a shadow. So let me try a darker color. And here you can see I changed the pencil and I went to a darker one. You want to make sure that your pencil, your color pencil, whatever you use, and they're really sharp before you do it, you know. So here I'm going with kind of like way darker than the brown. It's kind of like basically black, but still I'm not pressing real hard on it. The 1 foot that it's up in the air, basically that's like, you have to like try to figure out where the shadow is gonna be. For me here, and since like most of the like highlighted area that has the light is coming from the top, from behind Pikachu, so the drop shadow is gonna be under it. So you can see here very, very lightly where the top of the 1 foot, the left foot is like up in the air, the drop shadow is gonna be under it, and under the whole body you're just gonna do very lightly the shadow. From the right side, when I told you he has like kind of the bell shape, the round shape of the body, we're gonna go a little bit to the outside just to give it the shape. Under the tail, definitely the shadow is not gonna be straight because the tail has a zigzag shape. So you're gonna do the same with the shadow. Just follow the shape. At the end of the tail, like the biggest part, there is no need to go really like crazy about the details. Just like do some shading, you know, like a little bit wider shading than the other. And all is left is your signature. Whatever you want to do with the drawing after that, you want to frame it, that's cool. You want to just keep it, show it to other, give it to someone, and that's it basically. I hope you guys enjoy this lesson, and until next time, God bless.